function names or methods names, way exactly it works. Okay. So good morning one and all. So today's class we'll be dealing with module 5 of Python application development using Python. So as I said, the module 5 consists of few of the things which you will do with your Python, right? So there's something like web scraping, working with Excel spreadsheets, Excel documents, working with PDF and Word documents, and working with CSV files and JSON data. The reason why this module is basically included because see, when you go for machine learning or when you go for data science projects, right? So you will have to extract data from the other file. Okay, so when I tell when I have a prediction of weather data, so I'll have to extract the data from a CSV file, or I have to extract the data from my Excel file. So I don't know. So I need to extract few of the data for data analysis, especially when I do with data science or machine learning, in order to deal with that process, isn't it? So that's the reason all those topics have been included in module 5. So as of today, now I'll be dealing with the PDF and Word documents. How exactly we can work with PDF and Word documents. That means to say the PDF data and the Word is there. How do you extract things from those files into your program and make utilize of them? That is what we are basically dealing with. So the agenda of today's class is telling you all the what is a PDF documents, and I'm doing only one thing, that is extracting text from PDFs. Okay, so how exactly we extract text from PDFs, so we'll just see in today's class. So to tell you about the introduction to PDF document, as you all know, the PDF and the Word documents, when we talk about, they are all binary files. Hope you can understand when I tell what are these binary files. So there's a difference between normal text file and a normal Word and PDF, isn't it so? So what is the difference between a normal plain text file and a PDF and a Word? What difference do you find, students? Between a plain text and a PDF and a Word, are they all the same?
PDFs are non-editable. Plain text can be edited.
Um, non-editable is the other thing. What contents do you find in PDF when compared to your plain text? See, when I talk about plain text, it is your notepad files you can take. What difference do you find in PDF and your normal plain text files? What are the contents difference? Okay, can your notepad file contain images? Yes or
No,
no?
ma'am.
No. Whereas PDF can contain images, isn't it? So it can contain images, it can contain tables, many things, right? Okay. So whereas in normal plain text files, it is just containing text. It does not contain anything else apart from the text, right? Whereas your PDF and the Word document can embed themselves with images, right? Right? You can see. In addition to text, they store lots of font, isn't it? Different styles of fonts, different types of colors, layout information, right? And along with that, it can also contain images, right? So it can contain images, many things. So I can just tell that the Word and the PDF documents, which are called as the binary files, that's why we call it as a binary files, right? Makes more complex than your plain text files, because they have lot many things included in them, which is not simple. They were more complex compared to your text files, isn't it? So if we want our programs that we write in Python, or any other program, if we can consider, but I am now concentrating on Python. If you want to read and write to our PDFs or to the Word documents, it is not simply passing the files to a function. You know, when you want to open a file, we use a function so called what, students? Open. Isn't it so? Yes or no, students? I think people must be knowing this. Open function. What does open function do? What does open function do with respect to files?
It will open the file.
Will open the file in different modes. I think you will
Yes,
be looking at
yes, ma'am. Read mode,
mode,
write mode.
write mode, read only mode, or write only mode, read write mode, various things there. Okay, so that will not be very much sufficient for us to do, but rather we have to use some of the Python modules to interact with our PDFs and the Word documents. So this alone is not sufficient for us. So I'll have to use some of the Python modules. And the two important Python modules that we will be discussing is one is PyPDF2, the other one is Python docs. So as the name indicates, you can now see which module supports PDF working. Which module will support PDF documentations working out of these two modules?
UI PDF2.
PDF2 and Python docs will support for me to work with Word documents. Okay, so you can just see in the image, I think you can see here. See, you can just find there are several PDF files, right? As you can see, and the programmer will now make use of all those PDF files by using the module PyPDF2. Right? He is a Python programmer. So this image will tell you what exactly we are basically trying to do with our today's class. Isn't it so? Right? So now, um, to precisely tell you what is a PDF, as you all know, PDF is now stands for this thing. What is that? The full form is portable document format, and you must know that PDF will make you to present the data in a more good way, elegant way. And PDF is not dependent on the hardware or not on the, but you need a software, but that is there, but it is not dependent on the hardware or the OS, right? So it can be floated anywhere. It's an elegant way of presenting your data. So it comes with an extension, as you all know, dot PDF, right? Now, so PDF comes with various features, but then as a part of your syllabus, we are dealing only with two things, and the two things is only reading only the text content. So remember, I am not dealing with image and other things. I am just reading the text content from the PDFs. Okay, why? Because why my limitation is only to text content, because the module supports only for me reading the text content as of now. So Python um, uh, inventors or the programmers, right? They have just introduced reading the text content. Maybe in the future, it may read the image also. Let us not bother. So reading text content from the PDFs and crafting. What do you mean by crafting? What do you mean by crafting, students?
Modifying or changing.
Modifying or creating new PDFs from the existing PDFs. Okay. So only two things as of now it is available for us to do with a Python module, that is PyPDF2. Remember. Okay. So we'll deal with this, only reading the text contents and creating new PDFs using our existing PDFs, right? Now, as you all know, the module to be used for working with PDFs is PyPDF2, and you can observe this. Is Python case sensitive or it is not? Is Python case sensitive, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So you can observe the name of the module name. Y is alone lowercase. The rest all is in uppercase. So you should follow this syntax. Otherwise, it will not work. Okay. So, anyways, so the module doesn't come. The package or the module is not readily available. You have to install it. In order to install it, you have to run the command like this: pip install pypdf2 from your command line. Then only you can use it in your Jupyter notebook. So command line, that is, you have to go to the CMD. I hope you know command prompt. Under there, you have to install this. Okay, try installing it. If you find any problem, I will tell you what has to be done. Okay, so you have to install this first on your command line and then start using it in your programs. So you can know that the module name is case sensitive. So make sure Y is lowercase. The rest all remains in the uppercase. Very simple as it is. Right? Is that clear, students? Yes? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that extracting the text from the PDFs. So this is what I am just basically dealing with the first thing. So how do we extract the text from PDFs? We will just see here. But as I've already told you people, PYPDF2 will not support the way to extract images or the charts or other thing which is there in your PDF. Nothing. But you can extract only the text and return it as a Python string. So obviously text is a string. So it will just return it as a Python string. So it is not why PDF2 does not have that support, but probably in the next future it might come up. But right now we are extracting only the text from the PDF. Okay. So the files which we will be using in the module 5, exactly in the module 5 class, is to be downloaded from this particular website. So I'll anyways share this PPT to you all. It has to be downloaded. The files have to be downloaded from here. No harm. If you don't want to download, you can use your own files. No problem. There's nothing wrong. Okay. So before I go for the content of extracting text from the PDFs, I just want to show you the install. Okay, just go to your taskbar. I think most of you have it. So press CMD, type CMD, go to the command prompt. Okay, so under this command prompt, you have to give the command pip install capital PY PDF2. This is how. Okay, so this will install for you. As of now, I've already installed, so that will not trouble me much here. Okay, so this is how. See, you can see. Can you all see the screen, students? Is my command prompt visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, you can see when I give this pip install PYPDF2 requirement already satisfied. Why? Because I have already installed it. But if you give this command, it will install for you. Okay. Then the next thing is, before I start writing the program, what you are supposed to do here is just check your current working directory. So how do you know what is your current working directory? So what you have to do is you have to import a module called as an OS. Okay. Then os dot get cwd. So you can now see, you can expand. What does it get cwd means, students? What does it mean? Get
Current
cwd,
Current
working
working
directory.
directory.
get current working directory. Okay, then press enter. So you can now see it will give you what is your current working directory. Why? Because see, when I'm giving the path for the file names, I'm not giving the full path. I'm just giving the file name. The reason what you can do is you can place all your files inside your current working directory. So this is my current working directory. C users del. So whichever file you are dealing with, store it in your current working directory. You can just see C users del. So I was using one PDF. So this is the PDF which I'll be using, combined minutes. Okay. So it will be stored here. So you can see this is a PDF now. Can you observe this? Yes, students? The PDF.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just note this, just see this data. The number of pages available is 40 for this PDF file. Okay, that's the reason. So since we are not giving, even in your exams also, you will not give the full path name, just you will give the file name. So if you are working on your computers, make sure the files are in your current working directory. And how to identify which is your current working directory? This is the thing. Import os dot get cwd. If you use this, you will get what is your current working directory. Store all your files there, whichever you are working upon. Is that clear, students? Yes. Yes.
Ma'am.
Okay. Now we are extracting text from the PDFs. Now let us see the program. So before I go for the program, so we will divide the program in smaller bits and see how we can extract the text from the PDFs. Okay. So the code in chunks. Actually, I had to show you the code, but I'll first explain it and then show you the code for you all. Right? So before we start writing the contents here, very much simple. You should have imported which module. Which module you should import before I start writing this line, students? Which module?
PYPDF2.
PDF2. So I have just missed that. So you have to write the import statement. Import PYPDF2, where Y is small, the rest all is capital. Okay. The first line that you have to do is open your PDF file. Okay. So the function is that is the open, give the PDF file, combined meetings.pdf, and the mode is RB. So what does RB stand? RB stands for what, students? What does RB stand, students? In which mode? R stands for which mode? R stands for which?
Read.
Read.
Read on.
Read on. Read. B stands for what? What kind of files PDF and documents are? I said you.
Binary.
Binary. So it is RB. Read in binary mode. It means read in binary mode. That's what it means, right? So you have to open the file, and the whatever file is being opened, you will store under a name called as PDF file obj. Okay. We open the file. Open the file combined meetings.pdf in binary mode. Okay, so read in binary mode. Read binary mode. You open the file, the combined meetings in read in the binary mode and save the file object. So when you open the file, it will be stored as a file object, which is named as PDF file obj. You have to remember. So open it. It will be stored as what object? File object. Okay. Next, after that, you are supposed to read the data from the PDFs, extract the data from the PDFs. So what you have to use is, or what you have to create is, you have to create an object of the class PDF file reader for that file which you have opened. So what is this PDF file reader? It is a class present in the module. Which module, students? PYPDF2. What you have to do is, simply it will not work. Open will simply not work for you. You have to use the module PYPDF2, isn't it? So in order to read the data, first you should create object of which class, students? Object of which class? Which is a class? Object of which class?
PDF file reader.
So we have to now create of PDF file reader class, which is present in PyPDF2, and passing the file object. Here you should not pass the file name. You should pass the file object which was created by opening the file. And you get a PDF file reader object, which is under the name PDF reader. Right? So I've given the name as PDF reader. First, what should you do? You should open the file, save the file object. Next, what should you do? You should create the object of PDF file reader class. Okay. The next, can you just observe this? Print PDF reader dot num pages. What does this do? What is the output of this, or what does it print? Any idea?
It prints the number of pages.
Pages which is associated with the object PDF reader. So this PDF reader is associated with PDF file object, and PDF file object is associated with combined meeting. See the link, how it goes. So in our um, PDF, how many pages was there? Did you observe? Did you all observe how many pages? When I opened this file, how many pages?
40.
40. So num pages is nothing but a property, okay, which gives the number of pages in the PDF file. For example, in our case, it is 40. So when you execute, you can note this, okay. The next is, still I did not extract the text. I just told the number of pages, that's all, okay. In order to extract the text, so what should you create is an object of page object class. Okay, I should create an object of which class? Page object class of PyPDF2 module. Okay. So how do I create this? So very simple. The PDF reader. What is PDF reader for me, students? What is PDF reader? PDF reader is what, ma? Object of which class? PDF reader is object of which class?
PDF file reader.
File reader. So PDF reader, which is the object of my
PDF file reader.
PDF file reader, okay, has a function called as a get page. So use the object name, that is a PDF reader dot get page, which takes the page number as the argument. Okay. So remember, in Python, similar to your list, tuple, string, even the page numbers for your PDF or Word also is starting from the index 0. Whatever is the page number in the PDF, never matter. The first page is at the index 0. The second page is at the index 1. Okay, don't confuse with the page number in your PDF. No, I understanding. So you have to create an object of page object class. Very simple. You might ask me, ma'am, where are you creating? The way it is created is like this. Use the PDF file reader object, which is PDF reader, and the function get page, passing the argument as the page number. So this will now extract which page? Extract which page, students?
The first page.
First page. So it will extract the first page and it will store it in another object, page obj. So what is page obj? This is object of which class, students? Page obj is object of which class? Which class is it, the object, students? Page object class. It is of the object of page object class. You should remember this. That's what I told you. So you have to just remember. That's all. Next, page obj. The object name is given and the function I am using is extract text. So what does this extract text do for me? What does it do? So page object class has a function called as an extract text, which will extract the text from the PDF page. So can you just tell me, page obj refers to which page? Refers to which first page. Only the text will be extracted. Finally, the object is now being closed. PDF file obj will be closed. We'll close the PDF file object. Okay. Let me exit all and show you that. You have to, that's what I told you. You have to just remember. That's all. See here. Can you all see the program, students?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So import the module. Then create the PDF file object. Open. In what mode is this? RB. What mode?
Read binary.
Create binary mode. After that, what object you should create? Create what object? PDF. Which object should you create? PDF? Which object? Students.
Object of class PDF file reader.
File reader. And you see the name, students. You can see here. So, what case is this? Title case, right? Not title case. Okay. Camel case, sorry. So, every word begins with a capital letter. Can you see that? So, PDF file reader is a class present in the module PY PDF2. Pass the file object here. So, what is a PDF reader for me? What is PDF reader? PDF reader is what, ma? Object of which class?
Object.
PDF file reader. Okay. So to create or to get the number of pages, PDF reader num pages. Okay. Next, what should I create? Create what? Create what? Create an object of which class?
Page object.
Page object class. So how do I create page object class? Use this file reader object, that is PDF reader. Which function should I use? Which function? Get
Get page.
and the page number that is stored in page obj. Okay. Then to extract it, use the function with respect to this extract text. That will be extracted. Then close the PDF file obj which was opened. Okay. And just execute for you all. Can you see? What are those 40 students?
Number of pages.
And can you see this? Can you see this? This data? See this data? Official board minutes, meeting of March, right? The Board of Elementary, Secondary Education, something, right? I think if I open the file for you, can you see this? Board of Elementary and Secondary Education, official board meetings. The Board of Elementary, yes or no, students? Shall
Yes,
provide
ma'am.
and create policies for education. Can you see that? Yes. So the same thing, meeting of March 7, 2014. I think even that is also extracted. Yes, meeting of March 7, 2014. Right? So easily you could extract the contents of a page from the PDF into your program. Okay. Suppose say I want to extract the second page. So what should I do? What is the index should I pass here now?
One.
1. Let us see what do I get. Can you see? Louisiana State Board of Elementary. Can you see the text, students? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Second page consists of that only. Yes. So like this, you can extract the content. So, but the only thing is you have to remember. See, this is a sequence. First, you should open the file, then create the object of the class PDF file reader, then create the object of page object class using the function get page, then extract using the function extract text. So this will fetch you the extracting the page. Okay. So I think you can just take a snapshot of this program. 1 second, I'll just reduce it. Okay, take a snapshot of this program, students. Done? Have you all taken?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, so what I want you people to do is, I just read number of pages from the PDF file, isn't it? Okay, so I want you to read the author of the PDF file. Okay, the size of the PDF file, the author name, size of the PDF file. Are you understanding this one? So there is something which is there. It is not there in your syllabus, but you can Google it out. Extract what name, students? Extract what name from the PDF? Extract what name?
Author name.
Name,
Auth-
name if you want, and file size. Just try to extract these things from the PDF. Let's see how you can do it. You can do it. It's very simple. An attribute exists. You have to just put that here. That's all. File name. What is the file name of the PDF? What is the file size? Is that clear? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I think we will end the class for the day. Thank you. Any questions available for me? No? No questions? No questions? Okay. Try to install the package. Okay. If you find any problem, you can ask me. Otherwise, you can Google it out, because the installation version varies based on your Python available. Whether you have what distribution, it depends. Try installing it. If you find any problem, you can Google it out. If the solution does not exist, you can ask me too. Okay. Okay. Few questions I'll just throw out. Which module supports working of PDF in Python?
PyPDF2.
PyPDF2. Yes. So wherein Y is in the lower case, the rest all is in the
Uppercase.
uppercase. Yes. So what should you first create to read the data from the PDF? After opening the file, which object class has to be created? Which object class?
PDF file reader class.
Yes. So object of PDF file reader class to be created, which is present in the module
PyPDF2.
by passing the file object as the argument. Remember that. Okay. Which is the attribute used to extract number of pages? Number of pages. Students. Number of pages? Num pages. Just use the object name dot num pages. That's all. Okay. How do you, after that, if you have to extract the pages, which object has to be created? Object of which class?
Class page object.
Page object. Okay. So how do you create object of the page object class? How do you create object of the page object class? By using which functions?
Get page.
Get page. You have to use the get page function and passing an integer as an argument. And what does that integer denote?
Page number.
Page number. So the page number starts from what value?
0.
0. Right? So it goes with the index 0. And how do you extract the contents of the text? Contents from the page?
Extract text.
Extract text. Yes, ma'am. Okay then. Thank you, students. See you in the next class. Try to do the assignments. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.